Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM'S Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts and Vincent Limited.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, pay slips, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts and Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crimes, Trevor Bailey, has emphasized the importance of police communication with members of the public to the successful execution of their duties. ACP Bailey on the Voices program aired on WeFM noted that this communication goes a long way in aiding police investigations and a lack of it serves as a hindrance. We hear more from ACP Bailey.
I say to officers when I used to command the South Central Division, that is Karakwa, Stubbs by Bomescu District, that there's no how the police could go out on patrol and pass everybody on the block straight, not even good morning. For weeks, for months, they've been doing this. And then on this day, something happens. How could you go to the block now to ask a question about an incident that occurred? To them, you are a stranger. You're not accustomed to speak to them. But because a crime happened, you want to have a conversation. They will not engage you.
That was Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crimes, Trevor Bailey. ACP Bailey noted that citizens play a major role in policing and that if officers are complete strangers, it is not likely that they will receive their assistance in their investigations. The Carnival Development Corporation, the CDC, has embarked on a series of marketing and promotional activities in Trinidad during the peak period of their Carnival celebrations for 2024. According to the CDC, their marketing campaign will be kickstarted with an interview on the Breaking Dawn morning program on Friday, February 9th. Other interviews would be done on various radio and television stations. Mr. Ellsworth Ezzy Roberts, Marketing Coordinator, and Mr. Rodney Small, President of the Yulupan Movement, are the 2 main persons that are representing the CDC in this venture. A Vincimas booth would be in operation at the Brunch and Soca event, where Vincimas branded paraphernalia would be distributed and set up at the venue. On Carnival Monday and Tuesday, February 12th and 13th, a Vincimas branded cabana will be erected outside Synergy TV's compound on Ariapita Avenue in the area popularly known as the Synergy Stage. LED screens would also be in place to promote Vincimas, and interviews would be done and broadcasted live on their television station. Vincimas 2024 would commence on Friday, June 28th and culminate on Tuesday, July 9th. Still on the local scene, as the government continues to look for an optimal space for mass bands to construct costumes, the option of utilizing prefabricated structures is being explored. This is according to Minister of Finance Camilo Gonzalez during his appearance on WeFM's Issue at Hand program on Sunday. Minister Gonzalez mentioned that a number of their usual costume building spots are no longer available to them, hence the need to find them a new location. We hear more from the Finance Minister.
We recognize that we have been taking away some of the small spaces that mass bands have been using historically. For example, this carnival, nobody is going to be able to build costumes across the street from the Ministry of Agriculture, because that is where the Modern Hall of Justice is going to begin construction. That's also in the budget, something else we haven't spoken about yet. So we are trying to find an optimal space, and we've been investigating the use of some prefab type buildings, some sort of steel frame type buildings that can be erected quickly to allow them a space. As you know, because you're a man in culture, there's a lot of elbowing and pushing and pulling among some of our skilled but idiosyncratic cultural practitioners, some who don't necessarily want to be too close to somebody else and so somebody to see what they're doing and all these kind of things.
That was the Minister of Finance, Camilo Gonzalez, speaking on WeFM's Issue at Hand program. Minister Gonzalez said that the work to find a suitable place for mass bands will continue, with the hope that a common space can be found for all of them to create their art. On to news in the region. Nearly 500 Barbadian students are taking part in the pilot phase of a national financial literacy expansion program. The program, being facilitated by Barbados' Ministry of Energy and Business, has been launched in 7 secondary schools and 6 primary schools. National Coordinator of the Ministry's Financial Literacy Initiative, David Simpson, said there has been a great response from the educators and Class 2 and second form students to the program, which will continue into part of Term 3. He explained that after the pilot phase, the Barbados government would be rolling out the program in all of the schools and hopefully at all year levels over the next 2 to 3 years. Trinidad and Tobago's construction sector could soon be under heavy strain with cement prices expected to increase. Trinidad Cement Limited, TCL, recently announced a price increase in cement effective February 19th. Trinidad and Tobago Contractors Association, the TTCA president, Glenn Mahabir Singh, who said the increase in price has come at a wrong time, said that this is the 4th increase in cement in just over 2 years. According to Loop News, on Monday, TCL announced that the new price of the 42.5 kilogram bag of Premium Plus cement will increase from $53.81 TT to $57.38 TT VAT inclusive. The price of a 42.5 kilogram sack of Eco Cement will also increase from $49.10 to $52.88 TT VAT inclusive. With these new prices, contractors as well as the Trinidadian public are expected to feel a pinch. On to news in the region. That should be on the international scene. The United States House of Representatives has rejected a Republican-led bill to provide $17.6 billion in assistance to Israel as a wider bipartisan bill that would also help Ukraine and ensure more money for border security. The Tuesday vote on the Israel bill, which needed a 2/3 majority to advance, was largely along party lines. Aid for Israel, one of the largest recipients of U.S. foreign aid, has traditionally received strong bipartisan support. However, the bill's opponents said it was a Republican ploy to distract from their opposition to the $118 billion Senate bill, combining an overhaul of U.S. immigration policy and new funding for border security. Measures Republicans had demanded, with billions of dollars in emergency aid for Ukraine, Israel, and partners in the Asia Pacific. House Democratic leaders called the Israel bill a nakedly obvious and cynical attempt to undermine the larger package, hammered out at the weekend after months of negotiations by a bipartisan group of senators. Finally, in sports, Britain's Emma Raducanu was denied a place in the Abu Dhabi Open quarterfinals by second seed Ons Jabeur. Competing as a wildcard in Abu Dhabi, the 21-year-old Raducanu lost to the Tunisian world number 6. A surprise U.S. Open champion in 2021, Raducanu made her Grand Slam return at last month's Australian Open after missing the final 8 months of 2023 following wrist and ankle surgeries. Jabeur, 29, will play Brazil's Beatriz Haddad Maia in the last 8. This has been WeFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WeFM's 3 p.m. news. WeFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Save up to 30% store-wide. Now that's
Unbeatable value you will love. Find it only at Quartz. We've got the best range in appliances, electronics, furniture, and so much more. With the best quality and the best prices. Now that's a match you'll love. Get it today with no cash and pay over time. Only at Quartz. Bring